Hello everyone, this is CA Prachi Parikh. In today's video, we are going to discuss a small illustration on the concept of place of effective management in a very different way. So what would be your takeaway at the end of this video is an understanding on how to attempt a particular question on this concept if it were to appear in your CA final examinations. So the intended use of this video is for students of the CA final course who are confronted with case study like questions on the concept of poem at times. And my deliberation on in this presentation would be on the best possible manner to answer these questions. Also, the illustration which I have picked up for discussion is a part of the content which I have developed. There are quite a few aspects which are kind of neglected when we are discussing the scenarios in the illustrations. So some of you who are practically working in these areas would have doubts as to the existence of a permanent establishment, etc. So I would just request all of us that all of us approach this illustration with a limited notion of having an understanding of the manner in which it needs to be answered in our examinations. So let us move on to the illustration as such. Symphony Limited is a company incorporated outside India in Singapore and it is engaged in active business outside India. A part of its operations are carried out in India. You are required to ascertain the poem of Symphony Limited in the following scenarios. Scenario A. The board of directors are exercising their powers of management and majority of the board meetings are conducted in Singapore. Scenario B. The board of directors are not exercising their powers of management and such powers are being exercised by Mr. Sam and Mr. Jones who are appointed for this purpose and both of them are resident in India. There's a third scenario C which is there in the next slide, but before we go on to that, let me just give you the structure of the question. So there is certain information given which is in the main part of the question which is going to remain common for all the three scenarios. It would want us to in the part of, as a part of the solution, it would be expected out of us to deliberate upon those aspects and then move on to the particular scenarios. Going to C. There are no resident personnel appointed in India with the delegated authority to exercise the powers of management. The board of directors still take all the key managerial decisions. The group has multinational presence and as a part of its group policy pertaining to accounting and payroll functions, the regional headquarters for Asia region is situated in India, which manages the operational issues pertaining to accounts and payroll functions for the entire region and for all the entities forming a part of the group. So this is the illustration which I have developed and there are three scenarios. Now before we move on to the deliberation as to how we answer it. The first part is the main part of the question. If we look at the main part of the question, two prominent details are given out by that part. The first one is that the company is a foreign company because it is incorporated outside India. Secondly, we also have a line in the main part of the question which mentions that the company is engaged in active business outside India. So we take an assumption at this juncture that the company fulfills the ABOI test and therefore that kind of conditions for determining poem would become applicable. So when I begin writing my answer, I'm going to first frame an introductory paragraph or a common paragraph which would be relevant for all the three scenarios given in the question. In my mind, the details which should be forming a part of this paragraph should cover these things. The provisions of section 6.3 which are in the context of determination of residential status for corporate assessees. Second, a general understanding of the concept of poem as such. So mentioning that it is an internationally accepted principle, etc. Third is the fact that poem as a concept gives precedence to substance over form. So these three pointers should be covered in the main part of my answer. A suggested answer from my side for this particular deliberation follows. So I would begin my answer saying provisions applicable, then I would go on to say that the residential status of a company incorporated outside India is determined in accordance with the provisions of section 6.3. The provisions state that in this case, the place of effective management of the company is situated in India. the foreign company would be considered as resident. Then I would go on to say POEM is an internationally recognized test for determination of residence of a company incorporated in a foreign jurisdiction. While determining POEM, it is important to understand that the concept gives more precedence to substance over form and should be accordingly applied. It is also an extremely subjective concept, and the conclusion about POEM would depend to a great extent on the facts and circumstances of each case. So this is kind of the mandatory or the much expected disclaimer coming towards the end of your uh, common part answer, which is of course important to mention because as such it is widely and internationally accepted fact that POEM in so much as it is concerned is a subjective concept. Further, I would Symphony Limited. Now, I would be mentioning the facts of the case which are given out by the paragraph, those two things which I state. So, after provisions applicable, I would be stating facts of the case, wherein I will mention that Symphony Limited is incorporated outside India, and as per the details provided to us, it is engaged in active business outside India. In these circumstances, it is assumed that the company fulfills the active business outside India test, and accordingly, the solution is provided for the various scenarios. So after writing this main paragraph, which is common to all the three scenarios, we move on to drafting the solution for the first scenario. The first scenario is pretty simple. It says that the board meetings are conducted outside India, and for any company which fulfills the ABOI test, if majority of the board meetings are conducted outside India, the place of effective management is considered to be located outside India. So here I'm going to mention as a part of my answer to scenario A, extending the facts mentioned in the above paragraph. Further details which are provided state that the board of directors are exercising their managerial powers and majority of the board meetings are conducted outside India. Then I would put up my conclusion para which would state that since Symphony Limited is engaged in active business outside India and it fulfills the ABOI test, ascertaining the existence of POEM will depend on the fact where the key managerial decisions are taken in the form of board meetings. So in this case, since the meetings are held outside India, it is concluded that POEM is outside India and therefore the company will be a non-resident for the year in question. So this is the manner in which I'm going to draft conclusion for my scenario A. Moving on to scenario B, the extended facts for scenario B are as follows. It says that the board of directors are not exercising their managerial powers. The key managerial powers are exercised by personnel who are resident in India, that is Mr. Sam and Mr. Jones. So now in this case, the facts which are given in scenario B highlight the fact that the board of directors are not having any control as such, or they are not engaged in the managerial decision making aspect. They are set aside, and there are two personnel appointed for this purpose with the delegated authority, both of whom are resident in India. Now, because these two persons represent those who take all the key managerial decisions, and since they are resident in India, the POEM of this particular company in scenario B would be considered to be in India. So I would draft my conclusion in the following manner. From the additional facts which are provided, it is understood that all the important managerial decisions are taken in India, and therefore it is concluded that POEM for Symphony Limited is located in India, and therefore it will be treated as a resident for the year in question. Moving on to scenario C, which is very peculiar. So in scenario C, the additional facts which are given to us are that the board of directors are very well exercising their managerial powers. However, the group has multinational presence and its regional headquarters are located in India, which are concerned with the management of day-to-day operational issues pertaining to accounting and payroll functions. So here, even though the key managerial decisions are taken by the board, there is a regional headquarter like office located in India, which is taking care of all the accounting and payroll related functions for all the entities which are located in the Asia region. What is important to note here is that this particular headquarter is not functioning or taking these kind of calls for any specific entity as such. It is providing these services for the entire uh, entities located in that particular region. So here my conclusion would state that the regional headquarters which are situated in India are with an intention to manage certain functional aspects in line with the group policy, right? So this would not imply that the board of directors has been sidelined. All the important decisions are still taken by the board, and this particular headquarters is responsible only for taking the operational decisions as has been decided by the group policy. This clarification is contained in the CBDT Circular number 25 by 2017. Further, because of these facts and the relaxation provided by the CBDT circular, the poem of the company will be considered in a place where the key managerial decisions are made and not a place where the day-to-day operational decisions are made. Therefore, in this case, the poem of Symphony Limited is outside India and the company will be a non-resident. However, one must always note here and be extra careful in the practical aspect as well that misusing or taking the shelter of the relaxation given by the CBDT circular and engaging in aggressive tax planning would put us at a risk of being liable under the provisions of GAR. So, if we sort of try to take undue advantage of this relaxation, it could trigger the provisions of GAR which are there in the Income Tax Act. So that particular aspect has to be taken care of. If you want, you can also write it in the form of a note in your solution. This was a particular illustration which I had developed and the suggested solution from my side. I was looking at this question from maybe a 6 marker in your exam paper, and this is a manner I would have expected the solution to be presented would I be examining the same. So in case there are any doubts with regards to the illustration being discussed or any of you want to get in touch for availing this particular content which was put up in the slide today, I request you to get in touch with me on my email address which is caprachiparekh@gmail.com. Also, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel CA Prachi Parekh for more updates. In the coming weeks, I would be putting up shorter videos pertaining to non-resident taxation and transfer pricing related provisions. Thank you. Keep watching.